Hey everybody, welcome back to Beach Planet USA. This is the official second episode of me coming to share on the podcast channel. Once again, you are watching Beach Planet USA, and if you could be so kind as to remember to like the video, so hopefully it will push the algorithm to send the video out to more who can take a look to see if they're interested in the Beach Planet USA podcast YouTube channel. Also, if there's anything you like, if you go back and check out older videos, hopefully you'll see something you'll like, something that catches your attention, something that's worth watching for a few minutes or watching an entire video. But if that's the case, I would ask that you have some faith and subscribe. Really knowing that there will be more content that you will be interested in. In this particular video, in this particular session, I'm going to talk about leadership. I have heard time and time again, over and over again, that the topic of leadership is boring. And if you've tuned out already, then I think you were sorely mistaken. Because if you're still watching, I'm going to challenge you to continue to watch and to continue to stay tuned to the Beach Planet USA YouTube channel. I'm going to be covering a lot of topics that have to do with leadership. I believe we're watching a lot of content, especially if you're looking for growth, especially if you're looking to improve in your life, especially if you're looking for advice from others. I don't believe I know you are watching a whole lot of leadership. You are watching a whole lot of individuals that understand and know and have a great relationship with leadership. I think leadership is hiding right below your nose and you don't know it. Like they say, if it was a spider, it would have bit you. I think we have lost the understanding of leadership to the point that it's difficult to identify. And that even though people will claim the topic of leadership is boring, they are referring to the topic that they assume or that they believe or that they no longer understand. Because if you think the topic of leadership is boring, if you think of anybody who's talking about leadership is boring, if you think talking about leadership is kind of talking about how the sausage is made, and if you think we shouldn't be talking about how the sausage is made, I think you're wrong. I think there's a lot of people wrong who refuse to talk about leadership. There's very few willing to talk about it. I know there's one area of leadership that has been somewhat frustrating. And it's when people hear the word leadership, or when people talk about their leadership and others are annoyed with it, or they're irritated by it, or they don't want to hear anything about it. Because they've been sorely misinformed. They have been sorely misdirected from the understanding of leadership. Because once somebody talks about their leadership or talks about leadership, and maybe they're the leader, maybe they're the manager, maybe they're the owner, maybe they're the supervisor, it has been sorely misunderstood that that means, oh, you think you're in charge of me. Well, I'm better than you. I'm smarter than you. I know more than you. That is not what leadership is. It does not mean you're better than anybody else. It does not mean that whoever discussing leadership is in charge of you. And here's why. Because everybody has a position. And if you have a position, then you must engage in leadership in order to do your position in the very best way. But we also come into an area that has to do with work. And we have been pulled away. We have been misled into believing that work sucks, that work is boring, and that work is unfair, which is a big part of why leadership has been retaught as something that's bad, something that's negative, something that is not good for anybody. Do not think about leadership. Do not even think you're a leader. You've been misled. Because let's rewind. At the beginning of this video, when I started to bring up the topic of leadership, I clearly mentioned that everything you're interested in, everybody you're interested in, is exercising leadership. They have taken on a position and a responsibility in order to share what they think could help you, or even better, to share with you what has helped them. We are living in a time where everybody is sharing information. But not all information is created equal, because it has to do with how you share information. What perspective are you sharing it from? Are you sharing it just to get likes, just to get clicks? That's interesting intention. Are you sharing information to help others? Are you sharing information to help others the way you have been helped? That goes back to the manager or leader position. Are you helping and leading to help others do what they do even better? To do what they do well? Are you helping others so that everybody can operate as a team? Do you see the best in others? Are you helping others get better? There are levels to leadership. This topic is very deep. It has many layers. I could talk about leadership for hours. I'm going to try to just bring up the topic of leadership for just a few minutes. And if you have been listening, I hope that the topic of leadership has at the very least stimulated the topic of leadership in your life, in your mind, in your experience, because that's how we get started. We get started by stimulating the topic, by stimulating our experiences, by recalling, where is leadership in my life? What have I been thinking about leadership? Has leadership been demonized? I have watched over the years leadership be demonized. I have seen every leader, any leader, be criticized, be pulled apart. I have seen every and any leader disrespected to the point where people have lost hope in leaders and in leadership. And guess what? These leaders still lead. These leaders still do their job well. These leaders still grow. Not only themselves, but maybe their teams, and maybe their companies, and maybe whatever it is they're in charge of. They have gotten better, and they have also have figured out how to be grateful for what it is they do and to continue to learn. See, leadership has no limits. We limit ourselves when we stop learning, when we stop growing, when we stop reflecting, when we stop engaging for the greater good of the cause. That's why structure is important. How do you build? How do you create? How do you position yourself? How do you position others? Are you leading with a great interest for the betterment of others, to empower others. You see, some of us are happy where we're at. Some of us know that the next level comes with a lot more. And quite frankly, I've seen throughout my life, many have no interest in doing a lot more, have no interest in taking on more responsibility, have no interest in holding themselves accountable at the next level. So everybody gets to choose their level of leadership. And whatever level of leadership you have chosen, that does not give us a license to tear down any other level of leadership. Because in leadership, you do not tear down those below you, those above you, or those at your level. In leadership, we help one another. We have patience, we have compassion, and we share with one another. Leadership is a game of helping each other, of helping each other hold position, helping each other be better at what we do, get better at what we do. Just because we have a position does not mean we cannot get better within our level. I believe that when you get to the next level, or any level for that matter, the level is very large. There is a lot to learn. So the level is not a week long. It's not a year long. It's 2, 3, 5, 7, maybe even 10 years long. Levels are very long, so there's a lot to do within your level of leadership. I believe that when you get to the next level, and if you recognize it, it's as if an elevator door has opened. And you have shown up to this level with all you know. But now here's the eerie feeling. Because now you see leadership and you see life in different levels. And when you see yourself get to a new level, I think the best thing you could do is be humbled that you've gotten to a new level. And that elevator door has just opened. And now there's a whole level to clear. And if you're really honest about leadership and all there is to learn about it, you know the level may be long. This level will be harder. This level will be hardest. But you, with your understanding of leadership, know I sign up for challenges. I'll do whatever it takes. I will stay here. I will go through it all over again. If it's hell, I'm in. I will learn. I will fight. I will keep going. I will keep learning. I will keep becoming. You know that in leadership, there's much to do and there's much to learn. And this is what humbles you in leadership. Because if you are busy tearing others down, it means you are distracted. It means you are going against what leadership actually is. This is an introduction to leadership here at the Beach Planet USA podcast channel. I hope you have enjoyed this introduction because this has really set a foundation for how complex and how valuable leadership is today. I'm going to ask that you either watch this video again, share this video with somebody, but most importantly, reflect on everything that I mentioned in this video. Leadership is important. Leadership should not be demonized. Leadership is of great value. It's of good value. It's very important in life. Whether you acknowledge it or demonize it or ignore it, that does not mean leadership does not exist, and it does not mean leadership is not important. It does not mean you are not staring at leadership all day long. So, my advice, think more about leadership, learn more about leadership, and I think your future and your today will get better. I don't know where you're at in your life right now, but I know I'm always at a time in my life where I want to learn, I want to grow, I want to believe, I want to keep going, and I want to climb the mountain. I believe if you are interested in growth, then you know you are always climbing the mountain. You're always learning. You're always struggling because time tells a very interesting story, and it's a story that challenges all of us. I want you to know that. But I'm going to wrap up this video. I wanted to keep this short. I know I can go on, but I will become more structured in what I share about leadership, what I share about business, what I share about entrepreneurship, what I share about growth, and what I share about many great stories that I have lived in my life. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe. Please remember to like, and please feel free to comment on any one of these videos. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about how I'm filming these videos. Today, this is being filmed on a DJI Osmo. I'm using wireless mics. I have some lighting. I have this set. I am using all these tools to post on social media in order to get what I would like to share out. Once upon a time, the only thing you could do is you could lecture or you could write books. Now we have YouTube, and I would love, and I am loving to use all these tools to share what it is I love, what it is I know, what it is I've learned with so many that I believe are on the same journey that I've been on and that I'm on. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Steve. You're watching the Beach Planet USA podcast channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.